Mr. Seller, thanks for having me over today. Are you excited about your move to Alabama? Would it be okay if I did a quick tour? Thank you. Let's use the kitchen table so we can lay everything out and we can talk about getting you to Alabama. Now, first thing I'd like to do is review your situation and what's important about making this move for you, okay? And the second thing is I've got 3 questions for you, 3 underlying questions that need to be answered. Would that be all right? Perfect. Are you ready? 1, are you definitely prepared to sell your home? 2, are you willing to price your home to sell, or do you want a price where it's going to sit on the market for some time? And 3, most importantly, do you want me to help you get your home sold? Excellent. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, the purpose of our meeting is twofold. 1, I'm going to share some very important information about what it's going to take to get your home sold for top dollar in order for you to get to Alabama by the end of October. Does that make sense? And the second thing is we're going to discuss about whether it is a right fit for you to partner with me to help you get your home sold. Is that fair enough? Excellent. Well, whether you decide to hire me or not, hopefully through this meeting, you will clearly see that I am committed to help you get what you want. I will let you know today if I can help you or not. Because I'm not just interested in listing. I'm interested in helping you get to Alabama by the end of October. Because that's what you really want. That's what this meeting is about, isn't it? Terrific. Well, one of the first key aspects that we need to determine is the right price to put your home at in order to garner the most interest and get your home sold in the time that you're willing to be in, you're wanting to be in Alabama. Is that fair? Excellent. Once you do decide to hire me, then I'm going to implement every aspect of my action plan, which will garner enough exposure in the quickest amount of time to all the qualified buyers out there. It's the exposure you're really looking for, isn't it? Terrific. Well, again, then we have to establish the right price to garner all those qualified buyers, not only wanting to see your home, but wanting to buy it. And that becomes a feeding frenzy and likelihood of getting you the top dollar in the market today. Does that sound fair? Great. Well, what I've done today is I prepared a market study, also known as a comparative market analysis, or CMA. Are you familiar with it? Terrific. Well, there are 3 aspects to the CMA. You have the actives, you have the expireds, and the solds. Well, the active listings are your current competition. I call this the dreamland section. The sellers have put their homes on the market at a price and they still don't know what they're going to end up selling for. Nobody does. So it's kind of a dreamland philosophy. The second section, being the expireds, is what I call Neverland. And this is the section where homes have been put on the market and for whatever reason didn't sell. This is the section where you never want your home to appear. And lastly are the solds. We call this Realityville. This is a section where buyers have actually bought the properties and established market value for your home. Now, we can discuss all the different scenarios and situations which each aspect, but it's the solds that we're really interested in, isn't it, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? So what we're going to do is discuss the solds and review the comparable sales. So the first one I have here is a very good comparable. Would you do me a favor and read out the bedrooms, baths, square footage, year built, etc.? Terrific. And here are 3 other comparable properties. One is very comparable to yours. The other one is a little nicer than yours. And this one is less inferior to yours. But do me a favor and read out all the pricing of them. Terrific. But let's pay attention to this one item, the days on the market, because that's going to help you determine what type of price we need in order to get you to Alabama by the end of October. We don't want a price where it's going to be too long on the market, and we want to make sure that your goal is set. Now, there's 2 other things we need to talk about. We need to talk about valuation through 2 different eyes. One is the appraiser. That's the lender hires an appraiser to establish market value for their loan. It is based upon recent sales and what buyers have purchased. Does that make sense? Terrific. The other aspect is working with buyers, making sure that we garner enough interest in your property that gets enough buyers coming out to see it and to make offers. This generates the highest, best possible price in the market. In other words, getting you the top dollar. Does that make sense? Well, we're going to focus on how we're going to do that in the second section. Right now, we're going to talk about how the market establishes your price and how we have to get it to where you need to sell it. We've already established the solds. And we already established how the appraiser is going to look at it and what we need to do for the buyer. So after looking at the solds, what do you feel is the right price for your home? Excellent. Well, while reviewing what the data says, the market is telling us that the price should be at $500,000. Now, I understand that that might not be the exact price you want, but it is the correct price, don't you see? At $500,000, not only we're going to garner the most interest in your property, but we're going to get it in the quickest amount of time. This way we can get ultimately your property sold in the time you need to be in Alabama by the end of October. Does that make sense? Terrific. So the next thing we need to do, the sales price is one thing, but it's really what you walk away with that is important, isn't it? So this is a net sheet, and this is itemizes everything associated with the sale of a home. Picking a realistic sales price for your property at $490,000, these are the standard costs associated with selling your home, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. You see this net right here as I circled it? Is that a number that you can live with? Terrific. Well, what we're going to do then is we have several steps then we need to take before we get the home on the market. Number one, and most importantly, we got to make sure your home shows the best. So we're going to discuss staging, decluttering, etc., to help you showcase your home at its fullest potential. Secondly, I'm going to get your home launched through my pre-marketing campaign, getting everybody out there interested in seeing your home. It's going to be marketed to realtors and their buyers through the multiple listing service. Plus, I'm going to market it separately on my websites, which exceed 5,000 in number, including those most commonly used by buyers like Zillow, Trulia, etc. Then I'm going to institute my 10-day marketing blitz. I know it sounds fancy, but what it really meant to is we are going to explode your property onto the marketplace, thereby garnering enough attention so quickly and so intensely that the buyers want to come and see your house, and not only that, they want to buy it. And hopefully, with any luck, and the way the market is expected to respond, we'll have multiple offers in which to negotiate, getting you the highest possible price in today's market. Does that sound like a great idea? Perfect. Well, here's what we're going to do. I want you to start packing. Well, no, not yet, of course, but just a little humor. But what we're going to do is we're going to start getting your paperwork started. First, I need you to initial here at the CMA and initial at the estimated net so that you acknowledge we went over this. And then I'm going to get the rest of the paperwork started. And I'm going to get to work in selling your home. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, congratulations on taking the first step to get your home sold. Thank you.